We have a huge leak that reveals all the specs and what to expect for the OnePlus 8 line that features 3 devices. A new report features the details of the Galaxy S11's camera and battery specs. It looks like the competition between the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 and the A13 Bionic from Apple is closer than ever before. I'm Jaime Rivera, and yes, it's cold. So cut me some slack on t-shirts, at least for a week. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals, but this time we're going to move beyond Apple products as to what Amazon is offering. Currently, we have some options like the Moto Z4, which is 30% off, leaving it at $399. The Moto G7 is also $180 on the 64GB variant. Amazon Fire tablets are starting at $120 for the 32GB variant and $175 for the 64GB variant. The Xbox One S with 1TB of storage, disc-free, is available for $150. And finally, we also have deals on speakers like the Bose Soundlink Color 2, the LG PK5 XBOOM, and more. I'm not going to bore you. We've got all the specifics in the description. Now let's move into a little smart home. Roborock has just taken the United States by storm with their smart vacuums, mainly because of all the value that you get for the price and the fact that they do more than just vacuuming and they're more than just your typical smart. The company has just announced the S5 Max, which not just vacuums but also mops. The S5 Max brings its own water tank to mop up to 2,000 square feet in one battery charge and has enough suction to vacuum your entire house. It packs a 5,200 milliamp hour battery that gives you up to 150 hours of operation. It also finds its own way back to the charging dock once the battery ends. And so here's the thing, it uses a laser guidance system to know where it's not supposed to go. You could set schedules, so many things. And best of all, it starts at $599, but if you follow the link in the description, it starts at $539 for this week. You can learn more about everything in the description as well. Now, how about if we move the spotlight over to smartphones with crazy specifications that are actually also worth the money? I know a lot of you are fans of the ASUS ROG Phone 2, and yes, that Ultimate Edition has been live in Europe for a bit, but now it makes it to the United States. I'm talking 1TB of storage, 12 gigs of RAM, a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, and 2 USB-C ports. It's available on AT&T for $1,100, but if that's too much, you can also go for the Elite Edition for $900. You can learn more about that in the description as well. Now, this is rather interesting. We had some benchmarks and sessions back in Maui for the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865, but more have emerged to show us that this chip is actually going to give Apple a run for its money. According to new tests, it's pretty much on par. We do know that the Snapdragon 865 got a 20% speed boost from the 855, while the A13 only got a 5% versus the 812. In some cases, the A13 loses by around 5% to the 865, and in others, it wins by about 5%. Obviously, we'll see what Apple brings in September, but that means that the whole early section of 2020 is going to be dominated by the 865. And how about if we now talk about the typical rumors of the Galaxy S11, because we hear that we haven't been counting enough cameras here. According to the new report, it will feature a penta-camera setup with a 108 megapixel primary sensor, a 5x telephoto lens, a bright night camera for low light, and a time of flight sensor. We have no word on the fifth lens just yet, but it will most likely be an ultra-wide-angle lens. It also claims that the punch hole for the selfie camera will be significantly smaller. The battery sizes are 4,000 milliamp hours for the S11e, 4,500 for the S11, and 5,000 milliamp hours for the S11 Plus. Obviously, by the time the phone launches, it'll probably have like 7 cameras if we continue following on to the rumors. But finally, the hottest news today have to do with the OnePlus 8 lineup. Because, yeah, it's going to be a significant lineup this year, and it seems to be the strategy for the company. Apparently, it starts with a OnePlus 8 Lite, which will reportedly pack a 6.4-inch display, 8 gigs of RAM, and 128 or 256 gigs of storage with a Snapdragon 865, triple cameras including a 48-megapixel sensor, 4,000 milliamp hour battery, for around $430. Now, the regular OnePlus 8 will bring apparently 8 gigs or 12 of RAM paired with 128 or 256 gigs of storage, a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865, 5G support with triple cameras including 60 megapixel main sensor, and it starts at apparently $472 and going up to $573. Now finally, the OnePlus 8 Pro is a 6.7-inch display, Qualcomm Snapdragon 865, triple cameras with that 60 megapixel main sensor, and upgrades on the other sensors as well, up to 10x hybrid zoom. Storage and RAM will apparently go up to 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage, And the price starts at either $645 or goes up to $788, depending on the variant that you pick. Obviously, the question that I ask myself here is, what is Lite about the Lite variant? But anyways, let us know in the comments down below. What do you think? I mean, do you think you have enough horsepower if these phones are real? Because in my case, my God, man, these are going to be beasts. All three of them. We would love to know what you think in the comments down below. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Also, follow us on social media so our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me playing around with these phones. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.